Hello guys, and I'm here to show off a new game on Roblox. This game ain't very old. It was created this year. Um, in 5 days, it will have been up for exactly a month. So this game, which is basically a month old now, I have played for a good while. I'd say a couple of hours, maybe, if that. It's a MOBA game. If you know what I mean, then you will know the name, which is a pretty common name, LOR, but it's just a slight variation of LOL, which is League of Legends. Very well-known game. League of Roblox is so far from what I've seen a combination of Smite and Dota 2. I would say LOL, but I've never seen gameplay of LOL. I've seen very small amounts, and I don't know the game, so I will not talk about it as I don't know it, and I will get so many facts wrong. But the current map is very simple. There's 3 lanes, there's 3 towers for each side, and you think, oh well, then there must be a jungle in between. No, there isn't. There is a wall separating the lanes. There is a path halfway through the map where you can cut lanes. So you can go from left lane all the way to the right lane or middle lane to left lane. You can switch lanes without having to go to one end of the map. I heard there is work being put into an actual jungle. I hope it gets added. It would be nice to see that. The only problem is going to be is the health bars. Ganking is going to be impossible basically. Let's take Smite for example. I have played mostly Smite for a MOBA game. I've done a few ganks myself, and I've been supports in many more. The best way to get a gank to work is to get your enemy to overextend to your side, have your teammate go through the jungle, and attack them from behind. Now, a good player is aware of their surroundings. They will constantly look around. They'll check behind them a lot of times, see if someone's trying to gank them and trying to get out of it. The big problem is going to be if you're hiding in the jungle, people are going to see your health bar, and that's that. You're not going to get your gank off very good. You can go for a fight, but that's not a gank, and ganking is important early game. Even mid and late game it's used, but not as often as a full-on fight. Um, Another thing is uh, the characters. Some are overpowered and some are underpowered. I haven't gotten really many examples, but something like I've heard Chief Justice is overpowered with his attacks. I've used him several times. He's not particularly overpowered. He seems a little underpowered, honestly. But anyway, I've heard of it. Do I believe this? Yes, a little bit. It seems like the more characters the recent characters that have been added are overpowered. I don't know his name, but he one guy was added, and he's overpowered because he can do some kind of move that launches you up in the air, and you stay there, and it does a lot of damage. Now, Builderman, the very first character on the list, does have a ultimate move like that. Doesn't do as much damage, doesn't send you as high, doesn't keep you up there as long. So it does seem overpowered for some classes. They do need to be balanced better. So what about items? Are there items in the game as such? There is. There is items. There is things that increase your speed, resistance, attack, stuff like that. Is there stuff that increases your health per second, your mana per second, your attack speed? No, there isn't. And first off, there isn't mana. Each ability has a cooldown, and there isn't any items that lower your cooldown either, which is also suckish. I mean, this is a month old. I will cut it some slack. There isn't any consumables either, and the item list is rather limited. There are a few complete lists of 3. At least 3 seems to be the max. I would actually like to see them go up to level 5. A better shop GUI is needed, a better shop overall. More items to shop would be nice, with more effects and such. A thing where player health bars can't be seen by, like you have to be in direct line of sight. Just something to make ganking work better. What else is there? The difference of the variety of characters are there. There are carries, there are wanderers, disruptors, fighters. I think there's like one guy that's like a mage that can buff his teammates. And there's not much else. There is one good ganker, that is Chief Justice. That's the best one, I would say. As you can just appear in all of a sudden in a fight, do a lot of damage and get out, depending on your skill and what items you've stacked. So the items, you may ask. Well, first off, the most notable about them, there is no limit, which I fully enjoy in Smite, Dota, and I'm gonna guess at League of Legends, there's a 6 item limit. These items can be upgraded to get better, or you can sell them for different ones you want. But one of the features I love most about this is the fact that there is no item limit. You can just keep stacking items. And when it comes late game, it is definitely fun to see how every team has stacked themselves. When it comes down to one lane, one tower for each side, and how their items are stacked, it's a lot of fun to see. Before the new tower health system and before the item stack, like the item limit, was added for a while, I came down to an hour-long game. It finally ended with my team losing, sadly, because our items were not stacked very well. Another thing would be there was another like when jungles are added, something like Smite jungle camps that give bonuses, like maybe health, damage, cooldown, just different bonuses, stuff like that. I do hope he looks forward to the other MOBA games like League of Legends, Smite, and Dota 2 and such for inspiration of his own ideas. Before the old turret system did get removed, now you can damage them instead of having to push creep to the other side to get killed. If you don't know what creep is, which is probably a little uncommon, it's the minions that spawn. That's what they're called. That's kind of what they're called in every MOBA game that I've heard of, at least. In Dota 2, they are literally named creep. In Smite, that's how they're referred to, and I'm guessing in League of Legends, that's how they're referred to as well. But overall, League of Roblox does lack. It was going off in a good direction at first. It practically did a 180 for a while, and now it's back on track in my opinion. Overall, I would give League of Roblox a 7 out of 10. It can be a fun game when you join the beginning. When you're late game, not very much fun because you don't have a chance. Getting to a good server, it can be fun. But although I would recommend a game like Dota 2 or Smite, it is free to play as well. So if you want to play Smite or Dota 2, which I would recommend Smite, I would definitely recommend that. But this is a decent MOBA if you want to try out getting your first steps into MOBA. But after you play some games, you may want more. If you do, definitely try out Smite. Anyway, this is a decent game to play. It's definitely good if you're new to MOBA, as you can learn. So I definitely would recommend it for new MOBA players and other players looking for something to do. But thanks for watching. See you in the next video.